Thank you. So who in the audience is over 40 years old? Who's willing to admit it? Oh, there's a few of us. So who, when they reach 40, 45, experience something that might kind of resemble a bit of a midlife crisis? Kind of. I didn't buy a Harley Davidson or anything. But yeah, in my late 30s, I kind of had my main vision was I wanted to find my life partner and start a family. And as soon as I stopped messing around internet dating and just plucked up the courage to ask out the girl that I liked face to face, I was engaged 3 months later, married within a year, and we had our first daughter within 2 years. And next April we married for 20 years. So that was great, but then come at 35, age 35, I started thinking there must be more to life, particularly on the work front. I'd like to have more impact on the world and the people around me, more of a positive impact. So I first tried to do this within my work sphere, and I developed a prototype for a solution to help large organizations more effectively manage email communications with customers. And this kind of took a little bit of a flight, because I had the opportunity to present it to our then CEO, who sponsored me with a nice budget to turn the business case into reality and launch this. So we launched this solution at the end of 2007. We closed 2007 with our first 4 clients, and over the years we won about 80 or so corporations around the world that used this solution. But I was very keen to develop it further and release next generations. I was faced with all kinds of politics internally, which kind of made that totally impossible. So that's kind of disappointing, but I thought, well, no, never mind, I'll do a nice side project, and that will give me my fulfillment and give me the opportunity to have that bigger impact on the world. So in my work at the time, I was presenting solutions to large organizations to communicate with their customers electronically. But many of them were saying, well, we have the solutions in place, but we're struggling to motivate our customers to give us permission to switch off the cable communications. So this great idea for a solution I called Karma, and I developed it as well. It was kind of a paperless adoption solution. And on the slide, I was reaching out to various senior people, like chief digital officers at some of the largest banks in the UK. And actually got quite a long way with one of the largest UK banks. The CEO thought it was a good idea. He introduced me to one of his team leads. She thought it was a good idea. She introduced me to one of her team leads. He thought it was a good idea. So I thought, I'm going to be, hitting it big here. But then the compliance department said, there's no way we can do that. So that kind of died. So I didn't pursue that any further. But then, I'm always looking for new hobby projects. So a little while ago, with the pandemic, I thought, hey, I'll create a nice application to create these virtual backgrounds, virtual bookshelves, based on your Kindle library. So I spent quite a lot of hours, say even days, developing it. And then I launched it, and the number of people that actually ended up using it was 0. So I thought, okay, maybe a bit of a waste of time. But generally speaking, I'm an optimist. I read a lot. So then I kind of developed this vision for living a fulfilled life, kind of a 3x3 grid for living a fulfilled life. So across the top are kind of the 3 main principles. One of them is to try and always be mindful. So mindful for me means try and stay in the present moment. The past has already happened. The future, you don't know what's going to happen. All we have really is right here now. And that's why you can see it as the present. Many famous Stoics, as well as Abraham Lincoln, I think, said that people suffer more by worrying about what might happen than by experiencing what actually does happen. So you can avoid this as well by being mindful. I also think being empathetic is very important. One part of my, character that I'm trying to work on and improve is to try and see the world through other people's eyes. And when people speak with me or explain things to me, either in a personal or a business situation, don't always try and have an answer, but sometimes just listen and understand and let them know that you think you understand how they might feel. This one, best possible person, I think is perhaps one of the most powerful ones for living a fulfilled life. Because all you can really do in each moment is try and leverage all of your experiences, all your learnings to date, to try and deliver or be the best possible person in each situation. To deliver maximum value to the people around you, to maximum help to the people around you, and as much love as possible to the people around you. And then in order to achieve this, to deliver value, I think you need to be fit and healthy and energetic. So for me, this means that I start every day with a run on the beach. You need to be healthy to maintain your energy levels. For me, this is trying to maintain a healthy plant-based diet and ensuring that I get a minimum of 7 hours of sleep per night. And last but not least, curious. It's important to remain curious. Explore your curiosities. So I read a lot of non-fiction, probably on average a couple of books a month. And another part of my curiosity is really always brainstorming and free-writing about ideas and solutions for things that I see happening around me. And just as a hobby, kind of prototyping some of the solutions that I discover during my curious free writing. Now the benefit of trying to live according to this 3x3 grid is that generally speaking, if you abide by these principles, if I abide by these principles, then generally I maintain good health, I always sleep well, and I always go to bed feeling fulfilled, irrespective of if one of the projects that I'm working on, however passionately and hard, succeeds or not. So long as I'm living by these principles, I tend to sleep well and I feel fulfilled at the end of each day. Thank you.